Hey, how's it going, guys? It is the Hoff, and I feel like I haven't brought you another video in a little bit. So let's go over the future of the channel, the cars, and pretty much the cars and like how the future of the channel is going. And just to let you guys know, I do have affiliates, so if you want to help out the channel, then I'll put a link down below for Amazon. And you click the link, it sends you to an Amazon product. I'll more than likely just put the Echo, but anything you add to cart, that will help the channel. You don't have to go ahead and buy the specific item that I put on there for the link of the Echo product, but everything else you want to buy, that helps. And I also put the little robot. If you're not familiar with it, I have a video. I can throw a card up there, but essentially it is a litter box for your cat that will cycle itself into a bag, and you don't have to worry about ever scooping again. That thing is amazing, and I even have mine set up so that way my Roomba vacuum cleaner will go ahead and vacuum around it, and you won't have to deal with cleaning up after the cats when they jump out and they have some of the litter on them. So without further ado, let's talk about these cars. So right now I have my wife's car right here. So this is a 2008, the first year they made the Evo 10, but this is the MR edition. So she took all the badges off, but as you see, the paint needs some TLC. And this car, besides the paint needing some TLC, the rims need some care. The calipers definitely need some care. We're gonna need to end up buying some tires. You could see the clear coats coming off on this, so that's gonna need to be addressed, and stickers need to get redone. But this car here, it's the MR. So what the MR has is a dual clutch transmission, the SST. The transmission, in my opinion, and I believe most opinions, was not the greatest. I've heard some stories of people that didn't really even modify the car, and it was giving them problems with this transmission. So my wife really wants to keep it, so we're talking about potentially upgrading the transmission and looking at the options for this car, so we can go ahead and upgrade it. And that's going to be costly, like maybe $7,000 to $9,000 to upgrade a transmission for this car. And that's not even getting into what I want to do with the GTR yet. But upgraded transmission, the steering wheel, I'm considering at some point when the transmission is fixed, and then if once you can get that done, do the paint, and then we will start with some interior bits. She does already have some slight mods to it, so I can go over some of that down the road. But the biggest thing is first getting it drivable with the transmission, and then make sure that it is mechanically sound after sitting for a long while with the engine and some of the parts. The tune, because it's on an off-the-shelf tune, and I'm just not too keen on those off-the-shelf tunes. So all that will need to be addressed and cleaned out, because this car pretty much got used as a bit of storage. So once that gets addressed, then I'll worry about the interior stuff, like the steering wheel. The leather on it is not the greatest, and I could try to clean it up, but I'm not too sure that I'll be able to clean it up, because once the leather starts eating, the only thing you can do is preserve it. You're not going to get it back to looking like brand new once it starts eating at that leather area from all the oils and everything else in your hands. So more than likely that's going to be like what I have in the GTR, except I'll see what kind of coloring she wants and everything on hers, going carbon fiber with she doesn't like Alcantara, so it's going to be leather, and do something like that. But with the GTR here, first thing is, because this is a 2009, I want to address the transmission. Because this car already has some parts done to it, and the fact that they had to address launch control with this, I want to address the transmission and get this thing with more than likely the stage 3 from Shep, and go ahead, and they call it the 1 because it's like 1,000 foot-pounds of torque it can handle. So I'm going to first address that. Then the next thing is because I want really good braking, being that my wife and I will both be driving this, but more or less because of other people and how things go, I want to go ahead and go with carbon ceramics. Now, my understanding is as long as you don't do anything to the rotors to really mess them up and you take proper care of them, the rotors should last. So carbon ceramic brakes and clean all this up, and that's going to prevent brake dust as well. So it's going to keep the tires or the rims and the rotors and everything here looking nice and not a lot of gunk. And if you use the right shampoos and everything, it should keep it all looking pristine. Then after that, I'm looking at the 800 kit, the C800 from CCO Performance. So I will go with that, and then going into the body and interior bits. Now, I'd love a carbon fiber hood, but I'm looking at the same type that comes from factory, or something that is aerodynamic and provides very similar aerodynamics to factory or better. Now, when I say better, I don't want aerodynamics that is going to slow the car down, even if it adds better for track just a little bit, but it slows it down going straight. I like the way it feels right now for track use, so I think we're gonna stick with the way it is for the track. Also, at some point, probably sooner than later, I'm going to address this window, because there is a mark like right there that you could see. So the window tint's gonna get redone, and I need to see, and maybe you guys can tell me if this is even possible, but right here, the previous owner, looks like it might be the clear coat, had that hit. So I'm curious if they can pretty much clean this clear coat and redo it. I know you can clear the clear coat and go with the dry carbon fiber and not the gloss. So yeah, once I get the carbon fiber here addressed, it's going to be PPF on this, the protective film solution or whatever it is, to help protect it. And I'll do, when I buy the hood pin latches, to make sure that that is secure on a carbon fiber hood, as well as a protective film over it as well. And then I'll address some interior parts, and at that point, once I get the interior, I want to try to get the interior to look more like a supercar. So it already has a steering wheel, which I want to get that red changed to black at some point. And then this right here, I know they make this in carbon fiber. They make this, which of course that has some scratches and stuff. With a 2009 car, you're gonna have some nick scrapes. The bottom here, get this kind of cleaned up a bit, and get that carbon fiber also with a film solution on it. The interior there, go ahead, and the shift knob, they make that in carbon fiber, and I want it all, I'm looking at from one company, so I can get it all to like match. And then same thing with the exterior, but the company I'm looking at for the exterior, they have pretty much everything that you could want in carbon fiber on this, and they do it as an aero package. So they claim, which it's the same company that made the trunk, the Revo Sport or whatever, that they have it done in a wind tunnel, so it creates just as much downforce, and they have all the stuff done in the UK, so you know that it is all good to go. I already have carbon fiber for the paddle shifters here. I just got to get them installed. I don't have I'm more worried about the clips, so I got to talk to some friend of mine and see if they can help me out with that, because I don't want to break any clips. That's highly annoying, especially on a car where stuff can cost a little bit more than like your average Toyota car of a Camry or something. So I definitely want to be making sure I take care of all that. But the other thing is, I also am gonna be having some life-changing things, so that will be coming up in another video. And I just figured that I'd go over this stuff with you guys, letting you guys know how everything is going and the future updates with the cars. And like I said, if you guys want to help the channel out and you buy stuff from Amazon, just come to this video, click the Amazon link that I have, and add whatever you want to add to cart, and I get a small portion. It just helps my channel. It adds nothing for you guys. It really is just helping out my channel and building up the cars and helping me out during this transitional time period for me. Same thing with a little robot, but that also, it gives you a discount, so you get $25 off, but you also get an amazing litter box that can last you for years. That thing is awesome, and when you use the IFTTT app, it will be awesome with all the different features you can add with it, such as the Roomba cleaning up around it every time it's done cycling. So I thank you guys for watching, and I will leave you guys with a view of the Mitsubishi that needs some TLC. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys on the next one.